What's up, my beautiful people? SuperCliff here, and thanks for checking out this lovely brand new video. And we continue with Marvel's summer event, Empyre. More specifically, Empyre Fantastic Four, issue number 0. Written by Mr. Dan Slott and drawn by R.B. Silva. And the comic opens up with a brand new character, the Profiteer, who's an elder of the universe and the sister of the Grand Master. It's here where we learn that the Profiteer resides over in the Casino Cosmico, which is the largest gambling establishment throughout the known universe. It's also notoriously known for its hosting of Bloodsport, Cosmic Fight Club. But here's the catch. These fight matches are conducted with a theme. Its combatants, one Kree versus one Skrull, reenact famous battles from the Kree-Skrull War. And oh my Lanta, are these people bloodthirsty. Meanwhile, we pick up with the Fantastic Four, who have been riding dirty all throughout space. Unfortunately, the teams run out of space gas. Johnny Storm decides to flame on, thereby becoming the human road flare for the team. It's not too long until a fellow traveler spots the Fantastic Four symbol and heads on over to assist. As the FF begin to pay, the merchant informs them that their money is no good. And though at first the team takes it as payback for all the countless times the Fantastic Four have saved the universe, in truth their credits are they're no longer valid. For the entire quadrant's form of currency has been devalued and have switched over to a barter system. Reed finds his information quite fascinating, whereas the rest of the Richards family are still focused with their no gas situation. That's until our Space Davy Jones recognizes the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. He asks if they're here for the All-Challengers welcome fight at the Casino Cosmico. It's here where Johnny takes full advantage of the barter system, for if the thing wins, then all the prizes would cover a tow in a sufficient amount of space gas. Upon their arrival at the casino, the Richards parents decide to task both Franklin and Valeria in watching the ship, since they're way too young to enter a shady casino. However, that's not to say leaving behind two underage geniuses will in fact, quote-unquote, going to protect the children. For both Franklin and Valeria decide to sneak in the casino in order to gamble and to count cards. Prior to Ben's upcoming match, the Fantastic Four learn that the Kree-Skrull War is over, which leaves Mr. Fantastic in deep analysis mode. For Reed wonders on whether or not the economic crisis and the apparent war's end has anything to do with the events from Marvel's incoming story, where a Kree and a Skrull agent were secretly working alongside one another, and because of whatever the context was regarding their mission, were both murdered. It's here where Reed decides to venture off and to have himself a private chat with the Profiteer. However, Ben's upcoming match becomes a lot more complicated, as Johnny and Ben realize that the two Kree-Skrull fighters are in fact children. And holy hell, does this not sit well with Benjamin Grimm. And just like that, both the Thing and the Human Torch jump into the ring to cease this madness. Meanwhile, Reed barges through the Profiteer's office, demanding on whether or not she's behind the Kree-Skrull War ending and the economic crisis. And it turns out that she's not. For you see, she's an elder of the universe whose sole purpose is to acquire wealth. And what's not a better way of earning dollar bills than war profiteering? Therefore, the Profiteer is in fact one of the few beings who actually want the war effort to continue. And it's with that where the Profiteer orders her bodyguards to shoot and kill. The Profiteer also adds that she created this fight club in order to indoctrinate young Kree and Skrull children in order to help fail the two empires' alliance. This leaves Reed shocked. For not only have the two empires issue a ceasefire, they apparently formed an alliance. Back in the arena, both the Thing and the Human Torch learn that these kids do not need saving, and in fact, they yearn for bloodlust. And it's clear that our heroes have placed themselves within a dangerous situation. As Reed is fighting off the Profiteer's guards, Reed realizes that the Profiteer's panel is what's controlling the arena's landscape, choosing specific battlefields that have occurred all throughout the Kree-Skrull War, which gives Reed the idea of picking one particular battle from the past, one in which the Fantastic Four were directly a part of. For Reed chose the battle which ended the Kree-Skrull War the first time, a battle where both the Kree and the Skrulls united. Both Ben and Johnny take note of the battlefield that the arena morphed into, causing the two children to work together. Johnny and Ben thereby forfeit the match, ending the fight and declaring the children the winners. Unfortunately, celebrations will have to wait, for the Profiteer makes her way into the arena with Mr. Fantastic in custody, and she is pissed. She tells the children to return to their holding pens, and that they are not children, but rather acquiescents. Both Johnny and Ben inform the Profiteer that they would have to disagree, but she don't give a damn. Her house, her rules. Well, at least that's what used to be the case. For you see, while the FF were busy trying to put a stop to the Profiteer's little fight club, both Valeria and Franklin were busy winning a whole lot of money with the Invisible Woman's assistance, and they won a butt ton of money. So much so that they actually bought the casino. However, Susan Storm tells her children to reveal their offer, for if the Profiteer were to exchange the rights over the children and were to provide the Fantastic Four with space gas, then they'd be willing to grant the Profiteer back her casino. The Profiteer agrees, and as everyone begins to part ways, the small itsy-bitsy Kree child turns around and promises the Profiteer that they will return to kill her. Yikes. That's so messed up. As the Kree and the Skrull children are forced to sit beside one another on the Fantastic Four ship, the team's ship comes out of, well, I guess you would call it hyperspace. But unfortunately, shit's about to get a whole lot worse. For the Fantastic Four have landed right in the middle of the Kree Skrull Armada, which is currently on course towards Earth. And that was Empyre Fantastic Four issue number 0. And this was totally not the book that I was expecting, but that's not to say, however, that this is a bad thing. In truth, though my expectations were 100% diverted, I actually enjoyed this issue more so than the Avengers one-shot, but I can see how some people may end up feeling dissatisfied with the issue's outcome, meaning that instead of the Fantastic Four openly joining the Kree Skrull fleet willingly, whilst getting the team's point of view towards their alignment with the newly merged empires, as the end of the Avengers issue suggested, we instead have ourselves a fun adventure, ending with the Fantastic Four literally and organically joining the Space Armada by accident. So yeah, basically, talk about a big fuck you to that idea. But regardless, I enjoyed this issue more than the Avengers, and that's probably due to each member of the FF having something to contribute within this issue. Whereas in the Avengers, you really only had Tony Stark to focus on. Here, each and every member is getting a moment to shine, which I appreciate. I enjoy witnessing the ramifications from the Skrull and the Kree uniting, how it's upsetting the economic structure throughout the galaxy. In addition, having to watch Reed come across clues regarding the two empires uniting was quite entertaining, and that the concept on just how dangerous this situation can be actually brought forth a different perspective that I probably didn't realize prior. Essentially, the Kree-Skrull unity is that of a giant monopoly. Overall, I can't wait to see just how the Fantastic Four deal with their current situation, and I'm all for it. Empyre Fantastic Four issue number 0 gets an 8.5 out of 10.